someone left a comment on this channel asking how to pray to the Gohonzon correctly. Before answering that, you need to hear 4 words Nichiren wrote to one of his own followers. Never seek this outside yourself. That is a direct instruction about where the power in your practice actually sits. You have been picturing the Gohonzon as a target, something external you aim your prayer at, then wait for a reply. Nichiren never described it that way. For the next few minutes, forget the technique questions, the posture, the volume, the number of times you repeat the words. We are going to look at what Nichiren actually said the Gohonzon is. Once you see it, praying correctly stops being the point. Look at the Gohonzon, and you will not find a face. No eyes, no hands, no statue standing in a niche. Instead, you find columns of Chinese and Sanskrit characters running top to bottom, a wall of writing where a painted Buddha would normally stand. Nichiren addressed this choice directly in a letter to a young follower named Kyowo. He wrote, "I, Nichiren, have inscribed my life in Suni ink, so believe in the Gohonzon with your whole heart." Now, the names inscribed there are specific. Shakyamuni is named, the bodhisattvas who rose out of the earth are named, guardian deities like Bonten and Taishaku are named, but a name is not a face. Writing someone's name down fixes nothing about what they looked like, what body they had, what century they were born into. A statue locks a figure into one face, one body, one century. Characters carry the name without carrying any of that. That is why Nichiren chose ink over image. He stripped away every fixed detail that would let you say, that figure looks nothing like me. Nothing pictured there tells you what a Buddha is supposed to look like. There is only writing, waiting for a mind to read it and recognize itself in the reading. Nichiren wrote the sentence that answers everything in a treatise from Sado Island, dated the 25th of April, 1273, called Kanjin no Honzon-sho, the object of devotion for observing the mind. He explained that an ordinary person cannot see the true shape of their own life directly, because a mind cannot examine itself without something to look into. His example was direct. A mind clouded by the illusions of the innate darkness of life is like a tarnished mirror. But polished, it becomes a clear mirror, reflecting the true aspect of reality. Then he asked his own question and answered it. How do you polish it? By chanting Myoho Renge. That is the entire function of the Gohonzon in one sentence. It is a mirror. What you see reflected back is your own mind, tarnished or clear. If you want the full text of Kanjin no Honzon-sho in English and in the original Japanese, it is available on NMRKOB.com for anyone who joins as a vow keeper. Here is where it gets uncomfortable. Nichiren also promised real results. He told a sick woman that faith in the Lotus Sutra could extend her life the same way it had healed his own mother. He told another follower that her bad luck in her 33rd year would turn to good luck. Those are specific promises. So how does asking the Gohonzon for something fit with never seek this outside yourself? The answer sits in a letter Nichiren wrote from Sado in 1272 called Kaimokusho, Liberation from Blindness. He told his disciples, "We shall be able to reach the world of the Buddha automatically if we have no doubts even when we have difficulties. Have no doubt that the gods will not protect us. Do not lament that we are not peaceful." He is telling them to hold steady and keep asking even when peace does not arrive on schedule. Josei Toda, decades later, called the Gohonzon a happiness-producing machine. People loved that phrase and mostly missed the second half of it. A machine only runs on the power you put into it. Your own faith and your own determination are the current running through it. That is the difference between a plea and a vow. A plea hands the problem to something outside you and waits. A vow decides what you are going to become, then chants until that decision is real. Nichiren wrote to two brothers under real family pressure with a line that fits here better than any other. Be master of your heart. Do not let your heart be your master. Ask the Gohonzon for anything you want. Just understand what you are actually doing when you ask. There is one more piece Nichiren gives you, and it explains why your altar is not just furniture in a corner of your home. He wrote, "Environment is like the shadow, and life, the body. Without the body, no shadow can exist, and without life, no environment. In the same way, life is shaped by its environment." The term for this is esho funi, the oneness of life and its environment. Esho is your surroundings. Shoho is your life itself. Funi means two in appearance and one in essence. Your shadow moves when your body moves. It never runs ahead on its own. That means the wooden cabinet holding your Gohonzon is part of your inner life. When you open those doors and sit down to chant, you are looking at an extension of your own mind, arranged in wood and paper. Clean the altar and something in you gets cleaned. Set down clouded and the room around you stays clouded, whatever it looks like from outside. This is the same non-duality running through the entire video. The mirror was always you. Your environment was always you too. Everything you need to go deeper is at NMRKOB.com, or follow the link in the description or pinned comment. 3 different schools read this same object in 3 different ways. Soka Gakkai calls it the object of devotion and points to Nichiren's line that it lives within your own life. Nichiren Shoshu calls it the object of worship and holds that authority runs through an unbroken line of high priests. Nichiren Shu calls it a representation of the eternal Shakyamuni Buddha, honoring many different scrolls Nichiren inscribed across his lifetime, rather than a single supreme copy. Each tradition would explain today's video differently. That disagreement is real, and this channel does not exist to settle it for you. What every one of those traditions shares is the same set of letters written by the same man on the same island to the same handful of frightened followers. Kanjin no Honzon-sho exists regardless of which school you belong to. The Tarnished Mirror line exists regardless. Never seek this Gohonzon outside yourself exists regardless. Those words are the common ground under all 3 houses. So the next time you sit in front of your own Gohonzon, whichever school taught you to build your altar, remember what you are actually facing. A tarnished mirror, or a clear one. Your own shadow tied to your own body. A door that opens onto nothing but yourself. Open it